So you've probably played around with ChatGPT, or maybe you ask Alexa for the weather. But that's just scratching the surface. The real AI revolution that's coming isn't about some flashy new app. Nope. It's a much quieter, more fundamental change to the very infrastructure of our world. Let's dig into what that actually means for the next 3 years. And yeah, we can forget all the crazy sci-fi stuff for a minute. The real question is way more personal. It's about how this technology is going to concretely change your work, the tools you use, and even how we make new discoveries. And this slide right here, this nails the core shift we're talking about. Right now, AI is a destination, an app you open up to do something. But by 2028, it's going to be more like the electricity in your walls, just invisible infrastructure that you use without even thinking about it. These next 3 years are so critical because the capability, the efficiency, and the adoption are all hitting an accelerator at the exact same time. That overlap, well, that's the real game changer. All right, first up, let's look at how AI is completely flipping the script on scientific research. It's moving way beyond being just a helpful assistant and is actually becoming the engine that drives new discoveries. I mean, just imagine this for a second. Fully automated research pipelines, kind of like what they're exploring at Google DeepMind, that can handle the entire scientific process. Think about fields like material science, where there are billions of possible combinations. This isn't just about being faster. It's about making things possible that were literally impossible before. The scale here is just wow. 200 million protein structures. It's a number that's almost hard to wrap your head around. But look, this is not about replacing researchers. Not at all. The real story here is that it completely collapses research timelines. It empowers scientists to get answers in months, not decades. So that leads us right into our second big trend. We're talking about the rise of AI agents. Now, these are systems that don't just sit around waiting for your questions. They actively go out and get things done for you. So what is an AI agent really? It's not just a fancy chatbot. It's an AI that you give a goal, you give it an objective, and it figures out how to use all the different apps and tools to actually achieve it on its own. And here's the key difference. A chat assistant is reactive. It waits for you. An AI agent is proactive. It pursues a goal. So instead of asking a chatbot questions, you could just tell an agent, hey, handle my expense report. And it would actually go into your email, find the receipts, open up your company's software, fill out the form, and submit it for approval. All without you. And this isn't some far-off dream. Gartner is projecting that by 2028, about 15% of all routine work decisions will be handled by these AI agents. We're not talking about replacing human judgment on the big strategic calls. This is all about eliminating the tedious operational friction from our day-to-day work, like tracking inventory or coordinating schedules. But okay, let's get real for a second. Here's a reality check. A lot of these early projects, maybe over 40%, are probably going to fail. And you know what? That's totally normal for new infrastructure. Many will be clunky or just won't work right. The ones that succeed, they're not going to feel revolutionary. They'll just quietly and reliably change how we get work done in the background. All right, our third major trend is all about how AI understands the world. We are moving way, way beyond just text. The next wave of AI is going to process images, audio, and video just as easily as it reads an email today. And this is happening incredibly fast. IDC is forecasting that a staggering 80% of the foundational AI models will be multimodal by 2028. So this ability to understand all kinds of information, it's not going to be a special feature. It's just going to be the standard. So what does that actually look like in practice? Well, imagine having a single AI that can read a report you send it, analyze a really complex financial chart inside that report, and then listen to a recording of the meeting where that chart was discussed and give you a perfect summary. That's the power here. It gets rid of all the context switching between different tools. And that ability to just remove friction and streamline work isn't just a nice convenience. It's the driving force behind our fourth trend, the economy. AI's biggest impact might not even be technical, but economic. It's fundamentally reshaping productivity and the very nature of our jobs. The numbers here are just mind-boggling. McKinsey estimates that AI could add trillions of dollars to the global economy. And it's so important to understand that this value is coming from productivity gains, from making existing industries faster and smarter, not just from inventing brand new ones. So in real terms, companies that have mature AI strategies are already seeing productivity jump by 20, even 30%. And yeah, this is creating new kinds of jobs, like AI orchestrators, people who manage and validate these automated systems. While some roles will definitely have to adapt, the bigger story seems to be a redistribution of work, not a total collapse of the job market. Okay, finally, as AI gets more capable and more autonomous, we absolutely have to talk about the risks. And this isn't about some distant sci fi threat. This is about balancing these incredible new capabilities with a really serious sense of responsibility. And that has to start right now. It's a simple statement, but it's so powerful. With every single new capability that AI gains, a whole new category of risk pops up that we need to figure out how to manage. Take cybercrime, for example. We're already seeing AI orchestrated attacks that can adapt way faster than any human security team. AI is lowering the skill level needed to launch really sophisticated attacks, and that creates a whole new level of threat. And it brings up a huge question. When an autonomous system causes harm, who's accountable? So the answer isn't to just try and stop AI. It's about building trust in these systems. And that's exactly why new regulations are focusing so much on accountability, transparency, and making sure there's clear human oversight. When an AI is making decisions in, say, healthcare or finance, we have to be able to inspect, challenge, and correct those systems. So to wrap all this up, let's just set some realistic expectations. That sci-fi dream of a human-like artificial general intelligence, that's probably a development for the 2030s, not the next 3 years. The reality in 2028 is going to be about highly capable but very specialized AI systems, deeply embedded in our daily lives. Think of them as experts at specific tasks, not some all-knowing consciousness. AI is quickly moving from being something we use to being a part of how everything works, coordinating logistics, assisting doctors, managing infrastructure. Pretty soon it's going to stop feeling new and just feel normal. So the only question left is, are we ready for that shift?